Hi Aquarius, welcome to your full monthly reading for February. Don't forget to check out your February love note that I pulled at the beginning of the month. That will give you kind of a little sneak peek and a little mantra to take with you throughout the month. So if you have an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this reading is for you. It is a general reading, so it might not resonate with all of you. Don't forget to check your other placements. But here we go. Let's take a look at the current overall energy for Aquarius right now. What is the current energy? Chariot, and I can't see what's underneath it. Anything else? Chariot and Six of Swords. So Aquarians, definitely moving on from something. Moving on from, I would say it could be a past relationship if we're going to go with a love-themed reading this month. Anything else? Seven of Swords. What else does Aquarius need to know right now about the overall energy? Six of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Okay, so Aquarius, there's definitely something that you all are moving on from, like I said earlier. And you're ready to be pushing forward. I feel like there was a situation going on, perhaps in a relationship where some bad habits were forming and some bad dynamics were at play. Could have been something that was slightly toxic, that was really causing a lot of sabotage, whether that was the other person or yourself. But I want to say that you're moving on from a situation that is no longer serving you. So right now, there's a new, renewed focus in your energy of wanting to move on. And again, I think there was some imbalance going on. There could have been an imbalance in the give and take of this relationship. And again, it could be, my instinct is, for those of you who have gone through separations, or if you're in an on and off relationship, maybe this is currently an off phase, but yeah, that something to do with this person was just not healthy and not an equal give and take going on. Someone was really trying to hoard a lot more, or someone was really trying to control the relationship a lot more by holding all the cards or holding all the power. The person could also have been withholding their affection and their love as a manipulation tactic. And you know what? There's a lot of you who can see through that. And there's a lot of you who are no longer putting up with that. So there's a great sense of moving on to better things, newer pastures. Let's take a look at what could be blocking Aquarius. What could be blocking Aquarius? the Emperor. Anything else? Page of Wands. Anything else on what's blocking Aquarius this month? Okay, I think for some of you that are still trying to hold on to the relationship, it is to do with this need for control. Again, this relationship, this imbalance of the dynamics. I think there's this the other partner or person you're involved with. Both of you are pretty similar in that you're both very headstrong. This is could be dealing with an Aries sign or potentially another air sign. There could also be Cancer placements going on in the picture. But the thing is with both of you is that you both are pretty uncompromising. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that if there are certain incompatibilities or certain differences, it's become challenging, and it's become more of like a power play situation that's going on, and the relationship has lost its spark. It's lost that initial kind of honeymoon phase. I think some of you are very clearly moving out of that. But there might still be this feeling of wanting to make it work, but wanting to make it work on your terms, or they might be trying to still pull you back and convince you to try to make it work, but on their terms. And that is not a productive, forward-thinking way of approaching the relationship. So let's take a look at how you can move forward. How can Aquarius move forward? King of Cups energy. That's the emotional security you're looking for. The emotional attachment and warmth that you're not currently getting. King of Cups, and Ace of Swords in reverse. I'm just going to make this face you the proper way, and this was, I think this came out like this: Nine of Swords in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, and King of Cups. So I feel like the message here is really the key is in this King of Cups card, basically, in terms of how you're going to move forward, is not neglecting your emotional needs, not neglecting that vulnerable side of you that is seeking more genuine and authentic love. Because right now, again, a lot of sword signs going on. There's a lot of mental planning and strategizing and back and forth and trying to outdo each other, trying to get your own way, trying to constantly negotiate. A lot of arguments, like this relationship, this past relationship that you're trying to move on from, a lot of arguments and clashes on a intellectual level. And so what that's really led to is this, again, this power play dynamic that's not not nurturing and not having your emotional needs met. So I think if you are trying to make this work, if you really see that, if you really want to fight for this relationship and be genuine about it and not just be fighting for it because you want to be right, because you want to prove something, or because you want to, continue having control. If you do want to fight for it, you're really going to have to get a lot more honest and vulnerable with your partner, is what the King of Cups is telling you, is reminding you that it's not just about the Emperor energy and the Chariot energy of being a power couple or looking good together on paper, or looking good together for other people. There needs to be something deeper that connects you. Otherwise, it's just going to continuously cycle through these patterns that you've kind of been stuck in for a while. And for those of you who are ready to move on, as the Chariot showed, those of you who are ready to move on, it's also honoring, again, the King of Cups energy, that honoring your emotional intelligence and your emotional instincts. So take a second to check in on that, because the King of Cups is going to tell you, like, is this the right person? Is this worth fighting for? And is this something I need to walk away from for my own mental, spiritual, emotional health? And I think the answer is clear. So that's kind of the general reading. And because it is February and it is your season, and there's Valentine's Day, and what else? There's the Lunar New Year, or Chinese New Year as I celebrate it. Let's keep going a little bit with a more specific love reading. Although this already kind of turned out as a love reading, but let's open it up to what are the messages for, or what's the love forecast for our single Aquarians, because I think this reading was a little more focused on those in relationships or dealing with someone. But what is the forecast for single Aquarians? I'm also using a new deck here, which I'm really excited about. I just got it in the mail. The Devil. Devil card for the single Aquarians. Again, I think this could also be relating to single or people in relationships. But this is what I'm talking about, this toxic energy. This toxic, dark and stressful energy, but it's also very addictive. And so there's something for Aquarians that's really keeping you chained to this relationship or this situationship, or just this person that's been like orbiting your life and that you've just been having issues with. What else is there to know for the single Aquarians? Show me what else. Two of Pentacles, again, the imbalance, right? Two of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles. It's saying the same thing, that you got to correct this imbalance in your life right now. Look at the person of interest to you, for those of you who have your eye on someone or are dealing with someone, and maybe they're not the best person for you right now. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting for a certain bunch of you. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Queen of Wands in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse. Yep, again, oops. All of y'all are severely just feeling out of balance. Like, look at all these reverse cards. We had our Page of Wands in reverse earlier, and now we have the Queen of Wands, Five of Wands also in reverse. Like, there's just a lot of conflict going on, and I think for those of you in this situation, like, you've really lost your own sense of self lately because of dealing with this person and because of dealing with this kind of relationship. So again, what's the advice? Let's take a look again with these cards. What's the advice? Okay. Yep. The World and Page of Cups in reverse. So the advice again is, if we go back to our King of Cups here, it's about restoring this emotional balance in your life, reconnecting with your emotional needs and not being afraid to demand that and to seek that, and to remember that the world is yours to take and to experience to the fullest. Like, a lot of this reading has been really caught up in, I think, I want to say, like, petty energy. It's not that the issues aren't of importance, but it's just very short-sighted. These arguments, these conflicts, again, this toxic energy, losing sight of yourself. So you really need to come back to, I think, a gentler, more introspective level with yourself, and just take that time to be sure about what it is you need from someone in a relationship. Aquarians, I think, also because you tend to be very independent, a lot of you, and can come off a little emotionally distant as well, that this also plays into a lot of how your relationships can falter or run into challenges. So I think the water signs are going to be your good friends, the water energy, going down into your feelings, feeling them, and really listening to what your heart wants, because you've been listening a lot to your mind. Like, your mind's been doing a lot of the talking right now so far, right? You're constantly that chatter, that constant mental activity, right? So take some time to listen to what your heart is telling you, Your heart is going to tell you, A, if you need to leave this person, if there is a person you're dealing with or who you've been in a relationship with, if you need to walk away from it, chances are yes, I want to say, even if you really want to fight for it. But once you have some distance as well, take time to look within, reconnect with your emotional needs. So, and be clear on that in terms of what it is you are seeking out of a romantic partner. So that's the February monthly reading for you, Aquarians. I wish you clarity. I wish you the strength to make the decision you need to make. And that can include cutting this person off, moving on. And I wish you some quiet, pure, alone time to spend with your heart and what your heart needs. All right? I'll see you in your next reading. Bye.